we just now timing?
Yes, the timer was clicking down. We're getting started now.
Camera B is
Are you
rolling.
ready? Do you need some time? We can go back on break if you want.
Nope, I'm good.
All right, excellent. Well, if you've been here since the beginning, welcome. I'm Arthur Perkins. This is Apgamingreal. I'm wonderfully joined by these wonderful artists, and you know, this is the D&D stream. That's you know, some D&D streams are filled with a lot of hype, a lot of flash. I feel like this D&D stream is the comfortable college sweatshirt you haven't worn seriously in 5 years outside, but you put it on cold days, feel comfortable, and just kind of lays around. Cold days like today, and every day for the last week. So just
but
put
you
that.
only put it on ironically, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, of course it's stained.
Can't take it outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. We are that shirt. That's what I got. You know, for some of my shows, I spend like 3 hours coming up with a good intro thing, and for this show, I just kind of do it off the cuff, and I regret it heavily right now.
That sweatshirt knitted from the hair harvested from 3 dead dog corpses.
Well, I was about to say that's the kind of sweater I wear most days, but now the conversation has changed. You know? Yeah.
Don't make YouTube hate you even more than they already do.
Yeah, we don't want to get strikes against AP on this thing.
Well, I'll be fine. I'll just pass them along to him.
You can find him at.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of places where we can find people at, let's go ahead and you know, figure out how everybody's been doing this week. Mccomicker, you're drawing for us, right?
I am drawing tonight.
Let's go ahead and force you to go first.
I am Mccomicker. You can find me as Mccomicker on various social media platforms, including Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, because those are the only ones that matter.
I'll accept that. Got anything going on in the last week? Anything outstanding? Anything we want to share?
I actually have this really funny story about when my first dog died. And
oh my god. Look, it better actually be funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. So like, you know, I was emotional and I cried, and like when they put him down, I couldn't like take the body home immediately because I was like bringing my daughter home from the hospital for the first time that day. And so I left him in the freezer over the weekend, and I pick him up Tuesday. I'm like, shit, I need to build a casket for this thing. But he's like frozen in like a standing position. I mean, like he's on his side, but like his legs are straight out, right? They didn't like fold him all in. So he's like this nice deep bundle. And I'm like halfway through sawing the third side of his coffin. I'm like, fuck it. This is a lot of work. I'm just going to cut out a couple of triangles, slap them on the ends, and like coffin's made. So he has a triangular coffin buried about 6 inches deep in my mother's backyard. So like one good rainstorm, the top of that coffin is coming right over, right out of the ground. It was a fantastic afternoon full of tears and laughter and just rejoicing in that dumb old dog's life. And I loved it, every minute of it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's not buried there anymore because there's no way the people who bought that house a month later were going to keep a half-exposed dog coffin in their backyard.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
Gonna keep your definition of funny story. Put that in a different category.
Look,
I don't put funny stories in.
It could have conceivably been much worse.
I just want to let you guys know it's at Mccomicker, MCOMICR. All your fan mail can go there.
We are not associated to his comments at all. So.
Disclaimer.
Opinions are our own. Yep. I'm Connor Hughes. You can find me at Connor Hughes, twitch.tv.com, and I'm also on Instagram with CNR Hughes, CNRHUS. I mean, same with and actually Connor Hughes for Twitter also. I'm a comic artist like Mick, and yeah, we both got some Kickstarter books going. And actually, I'm doing a pinup pretty soon for Kickstarter that's going on right now called Section Zero. It's doing really well. It's got 21,000 in one day. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's definitely check it out. It's called Section Zero, 1959. If you guys like kind of like classic comics, it looks like it's a spy sort of action classic comic type of deal. So yeah, check it out.
Look, when you said you were doing a pinup, I thought it was like a sexy fireman calendar or something.
No.
That's
just,
where I went.
Just sort of like a character sketch type deal.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do pinups. I will do some pinups, but not for this comic.
I did a pinup the other day. I think it actually turned out pretty well for me.
Again, I'm still not sure whether you're talking about the sexy fireman calendar or.
Nope. Nope. Hold on.
That's sexy right there.
I'm curious about the wings. They seem very out of place.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice them until you said something.
I mean, that was the first thing I noticed.
No, I have no idea where it's at, but it was good. Trust me.
Did a butterfly land on his back? Or...
He is a butterfly.
The butterfly is his friend.
He's redeemed. Okay, so I am PlanetKhaos on Twitter. No, on Twitch, I'm PlanetKhaos. On Instagram, I'm PlanetKhaos_art, and it's chaos with a K. So I just draw fantasy characters, a lot of D&D characters, and I will draw commissions for your own characters if you ever want them drawn. That's it. Off to you, Arthur.
I think we skipped bearded.
Yeah. You get one more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so used to going last. I thought I was last.
All right.
My apologies.
No worries. I don't exist. But on the internet, I exist at beardedjalapno on all your social medias, your Instagrams, your Twitters, your definitely your Twitches. So you can find me there most of the day, all of the day, doing commissions, art, and general gaming.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to putting that pasta salmon forward. I just don't know when the game's gonna start. Look, you guys know how long it took for this stream to get started. I don't even have a spot for that game yet, and it's probably gonna take 2 to 3 months once I have an available show slot. But I really, really want to do a eat food on your way down in a dungeon by cooking the monsters to save space and weight.
With our D20 rolls, it might be sooner rather than later.
Yeah, we're gonna test play that.
Look, I'm sure we could get you guys doing an easier game like Dungeon World, where you roll 2d6 and you only need to hit a 7 in order to succeed.
It's still a challenge for us.
looking tempting. But...
Yeah.
You know, 7 to 12, you succeed, and with some bonuses, it's pretty easy. All right. Look, anyone got anything to comment on about life and the everything? Like, I don't know what the hell Blizzard's doing.
It's cold. It's cold outside.
It is cold outside everywhere.
Everywhere.
Look, this thing keeps happening in Delaware, where at night it's raining and it's warm, like 35 to 40, and then in the morning it's like 30 and all the rain freezes into black ice and shuts the whole state down.
Yeah.
It's so contrary to, you know, it being cold during the night and warm during the day. I don't know what's happening.
It's called sorcery.
I know a bit about sorcery. I've dabbled. I mean, I'm literally making a warlock right now, so, you know. Gosh, the weather. All right, what the hell happened last time? If I'm recalling,
so many things.
You all saved your other characters with the second set of characters. Mortrick now has 28 days remaining to pay his full debt of about 4,000 gold pieces. You all survived, but Mortrick received an offer from your benefactor, the wizard Mardrovian, who showed up in smoke form, saying some not at all creepy stuff about occasionally scrying on you guys. You made your way back to town where there was a celebration because the other party said that they solved all the problems and killed the bad guy. You tried to convince people that that wasn't true, but Mortrick rolled like a 1. You participated in the celebration. Runa got super wasted and spent some time with a retiree. Kazador won the log throwing contest, the caber toss, and instead of taking any of the other magical items, he decided to take a draw from the deck of many things, and his soul is now stuck in the staff of the druid, who is overlooking this area, causing all of these problems. And he's talking to a mountain.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good guy. You know, I've been able to chat with him a little bit over the break, and I think we came to, you know, have a little bit of understanding for each other. That's good. You know?
The rest of the party dropped 16 gold pieces to hire 8 old men from the village to follow them around and carry Kazador's body, light torches, clean up, set up their camping stuff. Generally to just kind of make a fodder for enemies and scream really loudly when something happens, like getting stabbed.
But they don't fight.
They don't fight. No, they don't.
Yeah.
But when you get attacked,
Instead, they get paid an entire, like, 3 weeks' wages for 1 night's work.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal for them.
Yeah, I mean, they just have a really high probability of being stabbed to death.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, and I want to note that the rest of you have, like, armor and weapons, and they are wearing, like, fishing vests.
I would say all of our armor and weapons have not done us a ton of good. So right now, my money is on them surviving.
Yeah, you know, that happens sometimes, that the people who run away screaming do really good.
I mean, I didn't think there would be too many fishermen in the Apple Valley. Seems like it's kind of like a...
There are 2 rivers.
That's the
There are 2 giant rivers there. I mean, look.
You gotta have water for trees, duh.
Yeah.
Yes, but
See,
we have wells.
You're thinking fishermen like permanent. They don't go out in boats every day and catch fish for food. They're casual day fishers. You know what I mean?
Hobby.
Yeah. They're out there catching a big ass catfish to take home for dinner. They aren't out there pulling out like 50 crabs and a whole boatload of salmon or something. They're hobbyists.
I'll take that. I'll take
Retirees, really. Trying to get out there and do what they can for their families to help put food on the table. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention this in the intro. All right, look, Robert, you thought that my mom didn't work for the CIA. All right. She definitely, like I said, she didn't work directly for the CIA, right? She worked as part of a task force group after 9/11 for FEMA with the CIA. But man, holy shit, my mom's doctor, I'm part of her medical power of attorney, was telling me all these things. He is thoroughly convinced that she killed 3 Russian and Serbian spies in the 80s and 90s, and he has some really convincing evidence. I was like, holy shit.
Wounds, bullet holes.
No, he was like, here's some travel logs and shit. And I was like, what? What? So I don't know anymore, man. I don't know anymore.
Nobody really works for the CIA. Everybody works indirectly for the CIA.
She's a nurse and a doctor for the Veterans Affairs. Murdering Serbian spies is not in her wheelhouse. I thought.
Black Widow.
I don't think that's a thing. But I don't know, man. Like, my whole world's been flipped upside down. I'm like Will Smith, but not the shitty genie Will Smith. I'm like Prince of Bel-Air Will Smith. All right, that's my aside. Is this a shark dolphin? What the hell is this? Is this McCree sitting down? It's high noon somewhere on the river.
Definitely Mick in the chair.
I mean, does anyone here like fish regularly?
I've done it before. I don't fish regularly.
Twice. The first time I went out fishing, I caught 20 fish, though. So I'm pretty good. I think.
I mean, did you get to keep the fish?
Sorry? No, this was out in the boat.
They must have just stocked the lake.
This was in the ocean.
Floated up to the top. Connor just had to dip the net in. And...
Yeah.
Well, this was in the ocean, so got you there. I'm just an excellent fisherman. I retired right there, more or less. And
yeah, you know how it is. You sit on the court, you do 1 3-point shot, you hit it, and then you retire with 100% average.
Yeah.
All right. You all enter through the secret door, which is not so secret now that you guys have gone in and out a bunch of times, and there's like food wrappers, scuff marks, scrapes. I mean, definitely the dogs passed through here and left a pile of feces at some point.
And I'm gonna like show it to the other members, like if we had taken care of them earlier, we wouldn't have this problem right now.
We wouldn't have had this problem if you hadn't tried to kill them earlier.
If you just let me kill them while they were all unconscious, it would have been even less of a problem. We already did 75% of the work.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
Now you guys are coming through with a train full of guys, too. It's just like it's packed.
Get conga line in here.
I'll take myself out of gameplay here.
Oh, that reminds me. We had the new Rik-Jaxx art that I forgot to pick up. Looks dang good. All right, let's go grab that.
Yeah, I saw that you had you've been helping up Kaz in the rotation there. It looked good.
I was going to ink it during the stream, but I'm realizing no, I just want to play, so I'll ink it after.
So, what's the plan? All 3 doors that you normally see when you enter have been closed in your face. Kazador, you don't see things per se. You kind of feel things, but you do lightly sense the familiar presences approaching your location.
I see. Okay. Mountain, is that? I think I feel my friends. Is that the case?
I don't know anything about friends. I'm a giant, immovable piece of rock.
Surely you'll know who trespasses on your mountain.
People go in and out all the time lately. I don't really keep track. You know, they're all so fast.
And do you want to keep you when I get out of this thing? Do you want me to keep people out of your mountain, or do you just want dwarves?
I mean, dwarves would be nice. They're very respectful.
I know. We are. But all right. Yeah. Okay. I'll get back to you later on that one.
Have you ever considered humility?
I have, but I'm just saying, compared to dirty goblins. I mean, goblins have respect.
I hate goblins.
I hate goblins too. I think we can share swap some stories about that. I'd like to hear from you someday.
Let's talk right now. Let me tell you about all the goblins I've ever hated. I've kept a list. All right, so he begins by telling you the index of the list. You sorted them in alphabetical order. There's over 1,000 entries.
I'm rapturously listening to every single one.
Meanwhile, back at the entrance to the cave. What's the plan? I mean, Kazador was normally towards the front of the party, kind of. It was really just Runa, but
yeah.
What's the plan of approach now?
Plan is to find this.
Who has the highest perception, the highest passive?
I do.
I believe that's Runa.
Oh shit! Last time we put Runa in front, she got killed 6 times.
Well, maybe this time there will be like lots of dogs, so maybe you should go first.
Oh.
That is a great idea. Dogs love me.
They do. And then I push them up a little bit.
Which door do we want to go through first?
Just pick one. Let's go for it.
We've been through all of them, so it doesn't matter now.
We went through his office pretty well. Oh, wait. I'm going to tell our party behind us, hey, there's some rugs back there, and you guys start hauling those out. They're mine. Don't get greedy.
We're not doing that now. Don't forget the bear's still in there.
Their agreement was they get to take 10% of the treasure haul. So yeah, the chief hireling just steps forward and he's like, "Look, if you don't want to share the money with the rest of the party, that's your business. You're the one that hired us, but we get 10%."
All right, fine.
We should focus on getting to the light tower first. That's where I saw Kaz.
All right,
Some of us
boys.
have more- What's going on?
Hey, last time did we ever figure out, if we did, I missed it completely, but what that rose was in the glass?
Oh
No.
my goodness. Did anyone ever actually identify it?
I did cast identify.
Ah, that's right, but we never, it was so crazy
never
with
said
everything
anything.
going around. All right. That single petal contains a fire spell. It's not like fireball or anything, but it will deal 1d6 points of damage in the square that you throw it at, and then a evasion check for 1d6 points of fire damage in all of the squares around it. So basically, when the glass shatters, the rose will explode into petals of flame.
Oh, nice.
Sick.
And Rik-Jaxx has that, right?
You
Put
what?
it down on the table.
Oh, I put it down on the table.
Yep, when you're trying to save us.
Yeah. So do we want to go back and pick that up?
Why not? I think we need to use whatever magic we can find, right?
Probably. You know what would be really awesome? If, like, somewhere we had found a staff with just a couple of healing spells in it, right? Like, it didn't have to be permanent. Or
That would come in so handy
it
right
would
now.
be really nice to have something like that.
But we don't, so let's continue.
Yes, let's.
Kaz got greedy. It's the dwarven weakness.
All right, the hirelings bring back the glass rose petal. One of the guys is just like, "Hey, boss, I found this on one of the tables."
Don't
What
throw
kind
that,
of-
you fool! Be careful!
All right, he tosses it at you.
I'm trying to catch it carefully.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Athletic check.
no, you're good. You're aware it's coming, and more importantly, you are very wary of.
What it can do. All right, and then I'll pass it back off to Rik-Jaxx since he's the one that found it.
If you want, you can keep it.
Is that's not like the scroll, right? Anyone can use that?
Anyone can use it.
Yeah, it's basically a grenade.
Yeah.
Yep, it is
Yep.
a magical grenade.
So I have range already. Do you have range, Mccomicker?
I do. I have a crossbow.
Yeah, okay. All right. Now go ahead and keep it.
Oh, no,
That's-
no, I don't. That was on my other guy. I do not have range. I will take it.
Yeah.
All right. So I say we go down the middle section, but I want to go over to see, like, does the bear look like it's being fed? Is the bear still in there?
Okay. So you're going the left-hand way. When you try to open the middle door, it's locked.
What about this door over here?
It is unlocked.
Why
Slides
would they
open
lock the
easily.
middle one, but not that one? All right, I'm going to open the door, and I'm going to check for traps.
Okay. Make a investigation check.
Oof.
Well, that's a 1.
We're off to a typical start.
There don't seem to be any traps here. I mean, you know, nothing's changed since the last time, right? You just
All
give
right,
a
I'm
quick
gonna say
glance. You
It's
got
open, and I'm going to walk in bold as brass.
you use your perfect collegiate recall memory. Yeah, you walk in. Doesn't seem to be any problems.
All right. I'm gonna head straight there with no concern for the consequences.
Okay. You open doors on your way there. The bear is still there. It has fallen to the ground. Its fur is all over the place. The bear is lying on its side. There are a few splotchy patches left, but mostly it's being covered in like plague-like pustules that glow green, as if they have their own light. And then on top of the pustules is like spider webs of purple veins. This thing is like malforming. It looks disgusting, and the bear seems to be in intense pain and unable to move under its normal weight. Kind of
Yeah.
lying on the ground, dying.
And so Rik-Jaxx is behind me. I'm going to turn to him and say, like, so do you think we just, like, come back in a couple days and see if this problem is gone, or do you think it's going to be worse?
I'm thinking we go down the middle section because the bear or whatever sounds like it's consuming the bear is nothing that I want to touch.
All right.
Middle section, just because there's another door down there. We want to, kind of figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what the bear was doing.
So you hear a voice calling out, Runa. Someone's going, hey, boss, we found this suit of armor over here. Mortrick and Rik.
It's in the room from where we found it last.
I mean, it's coming from the right hand tunnel is all you can hear. It definitely will not reach Rik-Jaxx or Mortrick. The sound of this voice.
Oh, it's the fucking hirelings.
It's your hirelings.
Don't touch that.
Okay, all right. You sure? It looks pretty expensive.
Leave it in there. Don't touch it.
Understood.
Under any circumstances. We'll get it. We'll get it later. Don't touch it now.
All right.
All right. So let's head back to where Runa's at.
Okay.
Can I ask a question about the hirelings?
Yes.
So they were celebrating, basically this whole tower. Everything should be empty here, right? According to them.
Yes.
As far as they know. So like.
Well, I mean, remember that in the middle of the night, more people went missing. So they know that it's not as empty as they thought it was.
Okay, so like the town is starting to get in the idea that maybe the other people didn't solve their whole problem.
Yeah, I think we already knew that.
You have no idea.
You can hear the hirelings whispering, Mortrick. They're like, I bet they're going to try to trick us into leaving so that they can come back and get the armor themselves and not split the cost with us.
We'll come back and they're all dead.
Yeah, there's like 3 of the old men holding court over the other 5, and they're trying to convince them that they need to take this armor suit out.
All right, so I'm going to go in there.
All right.
And I'm going to say, listen, guys, I'll level with you. In all seriousness, that thing killed like all of us last time. And Rik-Jaxx had to wait for like 6 hours for every one of us to wake up. And it wasn't pretty. And it wasn't helpful, and there's a lot of money in rugs in that other room. Rugs are the new thing, I'm telling you. Like, some of those rugs could really tie a room together. We don't
Look here, young man. You can't pull one past us. If you were killed, you'd still be dead, okay?
That, I suppose, is true. And I can think of at least 3 people in my party who would not be sad to see me go.
Aren't there only 3 people in your party?
Well, there's 3 besides me. I didn't say which 3.
Make a persuasion check to convince these hirelings to not open the door. This will be at advantage, so we'll take the Man, it's a good thing it was at advantage, because that first number is not a good number. You're not on a roll tonight.
It was a 3.
I feel like this is really standard for me. Like,
I feel like you might be a Vegas cooler, right? Like I don't want you anywhere near my dice. All right. Look, you've paid the money, you've hired them. Normally they wouldn't buy anything you're saying, but the rest of them are convinced on your word. You seem trustworthy.
Ish.
And all of your party members definitely bear wounds that would indicate severe pummeling damage, perhaps from a full suit of armor. They don't really know what they're dealing with. You're one of those college fellas. You might not be that smart, but you might know a little bit about adventuring. They agreed to continue hauling the rugs.
I'm gonna use my passive perception to try to get to this area over here.
Sorry, which area?
This area.
Well, the doors are all closed in front of you.
I'm gonna open them.
All right. Do you attempt to open the door into the keep's central room, the place that's been defiled by goblins? It is locked.
Oh, I had one more question about the bear.
Yep, the bear.
Based on like the purplish and greenishness and just general nastiness, is the bear like just gonna? Is there any way if I could tell like if something was at work on the bear that we'll eventually have to fight an undead bear?
Arcana check.
Ooh, probably not.
Look, that first number is the one that we're going with, and that's not good. But that second number was a 20 on the die.
Yeah.
That's how it always happens with us.
I mean, that bear will probably end up exsanguinating itself at some point. It's just gonna be dead, and you'll be fine.
I don't think we have to worry about that bear, guys.
Exactly. Runa, the first door you tried to open, the one that Rik-Jaxx is in front of, is locked.
I'm gonna check to see if there's anyone behind it, and then check the door itself to see if it's trapped at all.
All right, make a perception check.
I will do this.
Excellent.
Have we rolled over 10 on our first number yet?
Yeah, show me the power of your roll. Yeah, you know, a 16 on a die lends itself to a 21 perception check. There's no one behind this door. There's no one anywhere near this door. It's eerily quiet on the other side in a way that it hasn't been for quite some time. What do you want to do to the door?
Well, the only thing I can do besides... well, Rik-Jaxx is right there. I can call him over. You mind, the door opening?
I can do that. Yeah, let me get my character sheet open. All right, so I'll take attempt to opening the door. Where's my thieves' tools? Here's my roll.
16. Yep, you pop the door open.
Okay.
You join Mortrick and Runa, who teleported into the room in front of you somehow.
Oh, we were in that door.
Runa, you open this particular door, no problem, because the lock is on your side. The other doors to the sides are also locked from your side.
Yeah.
Somehow, all 4 of these doors were locked from the inside.
I read a lot of books in college, but none of which would be particularly helpful in this situation. I think it's ghosts. I think there are ghosts. Probably.
Go down to this hallway over here.
Runa, do you want to do a perception check or investigate?
Where's that voice coming from?
That?
What is that?
On that statement?
Am I hearing things?
I'm just saying this is a joke.
I'm using my passive perception as I go. I'm going cautiously.
What is your passive?
15.
There are 2 secret doors, one located here and one located here. There's also a regular door at the end of the hallway. As you
were talking about making a check on Mortrick statements there about reading lots of books in college.
As you step there, Runa, you become aware of a presence on the door to your west. That secret door there is about to open. You can hear somebody clicking a latch or something. The door is preparing to like... You jump back?
Yeah.
And
around the corner.
Hideously bloated figure steps around the corner. Let me see if I can do this shit to you all. There we go.
Oh, God.
We're all gonna die.
Why have you invaded my sanctum?
Is that the same guy we strapped to the...
This is actually a female voice. It is not the butler. Definitely, I mean, first off, the butler was much taller, and second off, this thing is hideously bloated and much shorter.
So she saw me?
And old. Yes, definitely saw you. I know you're there. I can see you around the corner. Why have you invaded my domains? She slams her staff on the ground. And you feel something, Runa. You're a monk. You have some level of spirituality. There is something special about this staff that she's holding.
Is it the same staff that I saw on my...
Oh, that's right. You actually saw the staff in your vision. Yes, this is the exact staff. Mortrick, Rik-Jaxx, you're hearing this conversation. They're making no attempt to hide it.
Yeah, so I'm following like I'm...
Who's that? Who's approaching behind you?
There's just some friends of mine. We are looking for another friend of mine. Maybe you've seen him?
Did you bring gifts?
Of course.
What did you bring me?
This short sword.
Do you, like, pull a sheathed short sword out? Toss it on the ground and skitter it towards me.
I toss it.
Right. She looks at it and, like, picks it up.
That's quite a lovely staff you have.
Yes, it is. Why have you come to my domain? You're much politer than the others.
As I've said, We've lost our friend. We're trying to find him. Maybe
There are many who have lost their way in here.
A dwarven fellow?
A dwarven fellow.
May or may not be racist.
I see.
He's pretty racist.
You're talking about my general. Well, he's up and abandoned me, apparently. Couldn't find his body anywhere. I was hoping to bring him back.
Oh, what a trifling matter.
Indeed.
Help is so hard to find these days.
Yes, I agree. My butler has gone missing as well.
Really? Maybe they went off together. You never know these days.
I don't know. My butler's pretty loyal to me. Been serving my family for several generations. Right. Well, your dwarven friend isn't here, obviously, so you can go.
Obviously. What? How do you know? If you haven't even found your own people, how do you know if my people are here?
I don't have time to check everything in my domain right now. I'm so close to a breakthrough.
Well, are you looking to hire on some help? I mean, we are in between jobs at this point.
Are you offering me your bodies?
We're thinking like more clerical work. Like I'm pretty fast.
I could use a temporary research assistant.
I'm pretty good at lifting things.
No, I don't need that. I have plenty of zombies to do that for me.
Indeed.
Yeah, no, like I would be more than happy to assist with your research.
Very well. What's your going rate?
I'm really like in more of an internship, you know, like.
All right, not paying you sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to whisper to Rik-Jaxx to keep all of our hirelings away from this area. So they don't just like barge in and like, what's this now?
I mean, Rik-Jaxx is way far behind you. If you're going to whisper that he can hear, she's definitely going to hear.
Yeah, right, 8 feet behind you. Just keep an eye back here.
Look, though, the hirelings can hear this conversation, and when they approach Rik-Jaxx and you're like, no, they're like, okay, boss, we're not going anywhere.
So why don't you go ahead and just give me the tour, familiarize me with your setup here, and I can get to right to work.
All right, the rest of your friends can leave. Goodbye.
I mean, like, they're, not really friends per se. They're more like my own interns. So, like, it's a guildship program. Like, I'm at the top, and then I found 2 people, and then they're each going to find 2 people who each find 2 people. So it's a system, a structure of education.
So you're the queen of the hive, then?
Yeah. No, I'll accept that.
My eye twitches a little bit when he says that.
But so I would prefer to keep them with me, for their own benefit.
Make a persuasion check.
1.
Wow, natural 1 again.
Oh my god, dude. We should really just start rolling before we start, so the ones will go away.
That's not how it works.
That's how the algorithm works. Okay, first you get a 1, then you get better ones.
No, look, you have to do what you do in real life, right? Any die that rolls a 1, you set it aside. And when you have a critical roll card that comes up, you roll it again. If it comes up 1 again, you set it aside again and save it for that world-ending roll. Because there's no way it's going to roll 3 1s in a row, right? That's not how statistics works. Don't do that. Well, I mean, you can do that. It'll be funny, but that's not how statistics works. She slams her staff onto the ground and says, "Look, young man, I've lived for a very long time, and I intend to live for a time longer. At first, I was taken in by your charming good looks, but it's clear that you're as full of shit as anyone who's ever come through here. And I've seen a lot of shit inside human bodies."
I've seen a lot of shit on the walls in here, so...
Get out of my domain.
Can I have my short sword back?
You gave it to me as a gift.
I mean, you're not going to hire us. I thought
when you come to someone's house, you offer a gift as hospitality.
I suppose.
I will give you a very nice flower as a parting gift.
Ooh.
She, reaches into her horrible, potato sack cloak.
I take the staff.
Okay, let's make a struggle right here. Strength versus strength with athletics.
Oh, here we go.
Roll that 1.
Thanks.
Oh my god. She got a 10.
Okay, let's
It's
see.
super bad.
Slash roll 1d20 plus my
Still gonna be the
strength.
1 though.
Is it athletics or yeah?
Athletics.
Oops. Slash 1d20 plus 2.
I'm super nervous.
Yeah.
All right. She's only got one hand on the staff. Her attention is entirely focused on looking through her robes. You reach out, you try to snatch it from her, and you struggle for a moment. And she's like, "No, give it back!" And then it slips from her grasp, and now it's in your hands.
I run.
She's lunging for you. No!
When I see that she doesn't have her staff, I want to try and push the old lady over.
Okay. All right.
Damn it.
Let's go into initiative. Before we push over old ladies.
Oh, damn.
I mean,
I think that is another 1.
if it was a 1, there'd be a red bar around it. It was a 2.
I am on fire tonight.
Kazador, I'm actually going to need you to roll initiative as well, because who knows what could happen with you.
All right. I think
I got a 14.
I got a 10.
this is 1d20, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Plus your
dexterity.
modifier.
Kazador knows where you are.
Plus my dexterity?
Yes.
So
Modifier.
12?
Your modifier, not your number. Not your actual.
So if you have a 12, then you have a +1, which gives you a 16.
You have a +1, yeah, which gives you a 16.
My bad.
Rik-Jaxx, you are up first. Runa has the staff and looks like she's preparing to run. Mortrick looks like he's preparing to lunge forward. This woman looks like she's super pissed. You know, as far as something with such a bloated, malformed plague face could. Mostly it's the hideous shrieking.
Was she in the bathroom?
No.
Okay.
It's a secret door.
Okay.
Not
You
a-
never know, man.
Not a
People have
secret toilet.
bathrooms.
Ah, man, you guys in the hall, man. You should bring her back to where we've got some room to fight. Oh, and I can't delay actions, right?
You can delay actions. It costs your reaction, and you can only do one action with no movement.
Or bonus action.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can see her if you want to like shoot her or something. She will just have a little bit of extra cover because you're shooting like at an angle. There are people in the way.
Let's do it. Last time I followed your advice. Look how well that turned out.
Don't say followed my advice. My job as the GM is to inform you of your options. I want to remind you, there was that thing where you didn't stop Mccomicker from dying. I let you reverse your turn and go back and save his life.
That's true.
I'm not out to destroy you guys in like an arbitrary destroy kind of way. I'm here to help you tell your tale.
Yeah, so you know
It's
all
just
the
that
bad
your
options you have.
yeah, your tail just sucks so far.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got 2 bolts left with the poison darts.
Oh
so
my gosh!
Shoot one of those bolts at her.
Wonderful. The bolts look. The end of the bolts are decayed. Like the poison has been eating through them.
Yeah, no problem. I want to see my roll. Here we go.
All right. So yeah, I mean, it looks like it's so close to hitting, but I mean, with the cover and the weird angle, it just sails right past her cheek. The bolt hits the door behind her and then shatters into dust.
Okay. Now I get... Oh, wait. No, I'm only first level. I don't get that stuff. So I guess that's it for me.
All right. Runa, you wanted to run?
Yes.
All right. Are
Can I
you
like
disengaging first, or are you going to let her get a free attack on you?
Can I kick her and then run?
Yes.
I do that.
All right. Give me that kick roll.
Kick roll. God damn.
Remember, break the staff. Where's Kazador's body?
So your 8 hirelings are in the goblin chamber with Kazador's body. They've been transporting him, and they always leave 2 guys with him at any time. But now all 8 of them are gathered in the chamber. Yeah, that kick is a 23 to hit, which is a solid hit on an old lady with no armor.
And then I've used my movement to go away.
Well, hit me with some damage.
Oh yeah.
And then she'll hit you back with some damage.
You forgot what damage was. It's been so long.
It's been so long since I've hit anything. As you run, she is gonna...
She trips. She's stunned.
All right, so this is what happens. She tries to block with her staff. Oh no, she doesn't even have the staff anymore. She tries to block with her fists, and you kick her hands. Her hands slam into her solar plexus, and she like, and like pukes right in front of you. The vomit is green. There's definitely a rat tail in it.
Ugh.
Oh, it's disgusting. It's truly awful.
I use my bonus action to gag.
Well, you get to make your move away because she tried to make her attack and she rolled a 1. So, Mortrick, you're up. Runa goes 15, 20, like 20. Pushing past you through the corridor.
Oh, now that I see that Runa kicked her, I'm just gonna suck it, and I'm gonna go for my push to push her over.
Throw the pedal. Throw the pedal.
No, I already went for the push.
All right. Okay. Move up to her. Give her a good shove.
Is that
we'll do athletics versus athletics.
Athletics.
Throw the leaf.
1. Yeah, pretty close to a 1 for me.
Yeah, it's not great. You go to push her over, and she stays standing tall. She's got some solid gravity to her. I'm not saying that she's heavy, but you know, she's ready for you to push her. Like, she sees you running with your hands out in front of you, and she sets herself on the ground.
You gave it the old college try.
You're a dense old lady. Okay, then I'm gonna run away.
All right, so you spent 10 feet moving towards her. How far you can get up to what, 20 more feet running away?
Yeah.
All right, you get part of the way back down the corridor.
I have my... No, okay. No, I'm good.
She is gonna, gosh, I forget. Is opening a door an action in 5e? 5e, opening a door. I know it's the hardest thing to do in D&D. It's pretty much impossible to open doors.
Pass without a trace is an action?
Yes.
Okay.
Opening a door is an action. Let's see here. Explaining a move action. All right, so it's part of a move action. Boom. She is going to reach out and throw some... It looks kind of like she shredded up some clover and then thrown it into the air. She moves back, opens the door behind her. And you hear a shuffling noise, but you don't see anything yet. Kind of sounds like, if you've ever played StarCraft, it sounds like roaches moving underneath the ground.
Gross.
And she chases after Mortrick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, she gets this far. She gets fully out into the corridor. Her skin has changed texture. It looks even more horrific now. It's like ashy and gray now. It seems to be semi-solid. Kazador. Look, man. Shit has got really weird for you. Right? You get the feeling that Runa has you gripped tightly in her hands.
Kazador, hang on.
Your life is
yeah,
literally in Runa's hands.
Runa!
Shake this down.
Kazador, you definitely feel like there's an earthquake going on. Super fucking weird.
Don't shake me.
Runa, you don't hear anything. The staff is... I mean, You can feel something from the staff, but there's definitely no words. Rik-Jaxx, this woman looks super pissed, and she opened a door, and now there's weird movement noises.
I'll still take a shot at her.
All right. Are you using your last corroded boat?
Yep. Yes, sir. I am.
Okay. Oh, you don't need a yes sir me. I feel like I need a yes sir you. All right, that will hit. Go ahead and roll 1d10 extra damage. I'll see if she can make a save on Constitution, which she's pretty good at. I mean, she's all right at. Nope, not at all. You put the R in front of the slash.
Before the slash.
I'm
It's
supposed
like
to put R slash, right?
Yep. Slash R. Slash R.
Slash R.
Yep.
Slash R. 1d10.
There you go. Wow. Okay.
Nice.
All right. Your bolt hits her, and it doesn't look like it's going to do much. It erodes away into powder, but then that powder hits her foot. She's wearing like exposed open sandals, and then one of the sandal straps melts away, and like her foot goes from like it was kind of like greenish, then it went to ashy gray, and now there's like weird red spots all over it. She starts screaming and hopping on one foot now. You're messing this old druid lady up. She is not having any of it.
Now she's pissed.
Runa, you got the staff. The hirelings are waving towards you. They're like, "We've got Kazador over here."
They literally have him. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they have
use, like, full movement to get over there.
Kazador is right where his body is located on the map.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you can dash over to him. You won't be able to break the staff over him or in his grip, but
yeah,
you'll be able to be right there.
Wait, does the staff have to be broken
Yes.
around Kazador?
Yes.
25
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can get right there for my movement.
If you want to spend your bonus action to dash, you can get over there. So one of the hirelings is ready with like a hammer. He's like, "Come on!"
Yeah, do your bonus action.
Okay. I'll get over there.
All right. So, Runa, you toss the staff to this guy. As it lands on Kazador's body, the guy brings the hammer down. Kazador, you wake up to your left rib, the bottom three cracking. Some old guy in a fishing hat with tackle and a rod over his shoulder just hit you in the chest with a fucking mallet.
What's going on, guys? Why hurt?
He slaps you on the cheek and he's like, "Sorry about that, mate. You gotta get up. Gotta get up, kid." So like another hireling's like rubbing your shoulders. He's like, "You feeling good? You feeling good?" The third hireling's like handing you your weapon and shield.
I'm gonna move back.
I just need a moment, guys. I think
I can get back to there.
Oh,
Okay.
To back up our friends here.
Mortrick, you definitely hear the sound of something breaking on Kazador's body. Also, the staff shattered.
All right, she's 10 feet, I guess 5 feet away. All right, so I know
She's trying to murder you, for sure.
Kazador's in the
For sure.
clear. So I'm gonna say Rik-Jaxx, take the shot, and I'm gonna continue to run away. And then I'm just gonna wait and hold my action. So if she comes up into rapier range, I will have at thee.
Wow, she ugly.
She holds her hands out in front of her and begins rubbing some ash on her right hand and then making a symbol on her left, and then and there's a ball of fire between her hands, and she launches it around the corner and like curves it with her hand as the flame follows Mortrick around the corner. It is aimed directly for your butt. There's no derivation heading right there.
At least it wasn't the face.
What is your armor class? Armor class?
It is. Where is it? I think it's
that's
only
not gonna hit.
Oof.
The flame soars between you and Rik-Jaxx. It overcorrects and tries to come back at you, hits the wall above your head and splooshes. In the process, she continues running after you.
I'm gonna say, does this mean I don't get the job?
She says, "If you kill me now, you'll release all kinds of evil from here. Get out of my house! Get out! Go, my precious ones! Destroy them if they do not leave!" Kazador, you have no fucking clue what's going on. You're sitting on you're sitting on like a cot. People are massaging your shoulders, handing you weapons. Mortrick is running away. Runa is running away from you. Someone is screeching.
Where am I?
The last thing you remember is being on the 37th Goblin's name and their life story before they were murdered in these underhalls.
Yeah, and I can hardly even remember the festival or the wood tossing because like that was just he's like been in the hole for a long time.
That was like 2 hours ago.
Yeah. But for him, it's been
but mountain time.
2 hours.
When you don't have a heartbeat, time becomes inconsequential.
Yeah. Who are you guys? Who are you? Why are you rubbing my? Why do I have a cracked rib?
Guy's just like, you haven't moved in a while. We're just trying to get the circulation back in there, Someone else is just like, your boss hired us to help you out, young man. We got your shield and all that. Look, if that old lady comes in this room, we're running away. She looks pretty bad.
Am I in the mountain?
What?
Is this the mountain?
Yeah, this is the mountain.
Okay.
Does it look mountainy?
Yeah.
All right, that's as much talking time as you get with these old people.
Yeah. So I'm grasping the situation. Everything's like pretty foggy. Like I'm just, this is also a dark room, right? There's no lights.
They all have not all of them have torches, but some of them have torches.
Okay.
That's their
dark cavern. I mean, I know he's got night, dark vision, but
their primary job is to keep Mortrick from going blind.
Yeah.
Your primary job is to get the hell up and help us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I gotta role play it a little bit, right? So
you groggily stand to your feet, accepting. Yeah. Oh, and they help you up too. Like one of them, like helps push your butt up as you're standing up. So he's like lifting you up off the ground, and they're like, "There, okay, there you go, son."
Yeah, I wrap my hand around the familiar feel of my warhammer and shield, and suddenly find, things are snapping back into place.
Feels like it's been an age since you've used them, and not just 8 hours ago.
Right, I'm ready to go now. So, I was asking before, how much damage did I take with the?
You didn't take any damage.
Okay.
Comedy damage.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So
you were a crystal.
You got hit with an Acme hammer.
Yeah. Do I get a full turn? Like, is this like a proper turn? Okay.
Yep.
So, all right. And I got 25. 1, 2. 3.
So standing up takes half of your movement.
Okay.
So you'll still have 10 feet of movement left.
Okay. So then I'm gonna go here. I'm peering around the corner.
We've already described her. Fucking revolting.
Yeah, I'm just like, why did I walk in? Like, this is what
she's hopping on one leg, chasing Mortrick. She seems like she's maybe on fire and poisoned.
Couldn't you guys wake me up to some tavern wenches? I mean, this is okay. All right, and and then I guess I got my crossbow. Can I shoot? Let me see. What's my range on that thing? Do you know? You guys know?
You'll definitely be able to hit from this range. 100%.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right. Then I'll try that. Let me roll that.
All right. You go to your back where your crossbow normally is. There's nothing there, but one of the hirelings hands you a fully loaded and cocked crossbow.
Okay.
That's a good hire.
Yeah.
And these guys are really efficient. We should keep them around.
Yeah, you guys got some good talent here. All right. And
They're local.
Local talent.
All right. A 16 will hit. For a moment, it's that slow motion anime moment where the bolt hits her on the cheek and it starts scratching along her cheek, and it's not clear whether it's going to penetrate or not for a moment. Sparks go flying, and then a trail of blood gets pulled along her cheek. She goes, ah! Her skin is...
flesh, guys. It's hard to know what's core flesh and what's just...
Yeah, her skin is abnormally hard right now.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
Well, it's also like she's got like leprosy, right? So it's like growths.
It's definitely not leprosy. She's got all her body parts. She's like expanding.
Oh, okay. This is Akira style, Tetsuo.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, gotcha.
But rather than riding motorcycles, she's a druid. So I guess she could just like summon a horse.
All right.
I don't know that you can drift a horse sideways underneath a truck, though.
And if you watch Indian movies, what are those things called? Like Bollywood movies? They have they have like a scene where the guy like drives a horse under a car.
What?
I'll show it to you later. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, Rik-Jaxx. There will be no horse drifting on this stream.
That's it. I'm out, guys. I'm done.
Homebrew rule: no horse drifting.
Okay. I believe, tell me if I'm wrong, but I could drop one weapon and pull the other ones out, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to pull the rapier and the dagger. I think that's what I have. Stab and apply my sneak attack.
Okay. You get to apply it to one of the two attacks.
So I'll try it to the... Now, is it to the first attack that hits, or I just pick
So you
which
have to
attack?
declare which attack you're going to put it on. So, I mean, obviously,
Okay.
I would think you should put it on the rapier, because the rapier is going to be the one that deals more
All
damage.
right, I'll apply it on rapier. Let's go.
Because that dagger is offhand, so it doesn't get a strength bonus. What? Well, your sneak attack will also get crit dice as well.
Dang.
Yeah, that's a fucking straight up 20 right there. So that's 7 damage off of the crit and hit, plus whatever double 2d6 sneak attack.
I feel like we're just getting slowly closer and closer to this lady's mouth.
It's a slow zoom in.
So R slash?
Reacher.
Yeah, slash R.
Slash R 2d6.
Yep. All right.
Not bad.
You whip out your dagger and your rapier. You stab your rapier with your right hand. There's no resistance. Your rapier point is sharpened. Your stance is perfect. Your sneak attack is great. You hit some vital organs. You definitely nick whatever is going to be necessary to put this woman down. Like, it's not the heart. You aim for the heart. That's definitely not a heart that you hit. Like, there's some other weird organ there. But when you go to pull the sword out, she's slumped forward. She's fucking super dead. Like, weird green blood is leaking out all over the floor. Her foot is still poisoned and corrosive. She's so dead. But that weird shuffling noise that you've been hearing from underneath the ground is still going on. Runa.
I see her go down. So I'm assuming I hear the ground shifting as well.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you guys have been hearing it the whole time. Maybe it hasn't fully been in your consciousness because you've been in a, adrenaline pumping fight.
Right.
But
do I know if it's on a floor below us or like literally under the tiles?
Make a perception check.
I will do such a thing. My perception is something. 5.
For a moment, you notice some pebble shift, and then some other rock shift. There's something burrowing beneath the ground, just beneath the stone level, and it must have immense power to cut through this dwarven wrought stone.
Right. Fellas, I don't think this is gonna be good. Something's coming.
What do you want to do, Runa?
I'm gonna go back into take one step back and then ready in action.
Lock the door.
No, I'm gonna ready in action to, if anything comes at me, punch it in the face.
All right. Mortrick. What do you want to do? You get the idea that you are in some danger.
I'm gonna stab the corpse and be like, "Aha! I think I saw her move. I finished her for you, Rik-Jaxx." And then I'm gonna run away.
Flinched.
I mean, she's still in the process of dying, right? So I mean, you stab her. And,
You're welcome.
No recovering from that wound.
What hasn't he stabbed that's in the process of dying?
Those are the best stabs he makes.
He hasn't stabbed Kazador yet.
That's true.
All right. You run away. I can get this far then.
The room that we're in is that main room, right? The beautiful room.
No, this is the one that was defiled by goblins.
Oh, this is defiled. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but this is the main hall. This is like the Viking hall or whatever.
Yes,
right?
This is the main clan hold. This is the room where all of the high-ranking warriors would gather and celebrate. Enormous badgers force their way up through the stone, destroying the ground all around. You notice that they begin sniffing the air. 2 of them move towards Rik-Jaxx. They're looking at his rapier. The other one pops up near Runa, begins sniffing, and then turns to look at Mortrick.
I punch it.
All right, make your punch.
Plus.
Fun story. Ibn's like animal was going to be an enormous badger.
Yeah, badgers rule. Badger.
I mean, it's got the best name, right? Badger.
Mushroom.
17 to hit.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely hit a badger.
Sick.
I'll fuck a badger up.
Slash R1D4 plus 2.
Yeah, you punch this badger pretty dang hard. Mortrick, have you ever been bitten by a badger?
I have not. And I'm not going to start today.
I don't know, these dice rolls. That's a 20 and a 17.
Ouch.
They both hit, right?
Yup. Those both hit.
All right, so look. This is like watching a badger come up, look around, then it goes back into the hole and comes up corkscrewing into the air. It bites you mid-jump, and then the corkscrew happens and the claws slash the arm that it's biting you on.
Isn't this Rik-Jaxx?
This one, I'm starting with the one attacking Mortrick.
Okay, sorry.
There's one up here biting on Mortrick, tasting of his delicious flesh.
Bring it.
Badger gets 2 attacks?
Yes.
Yes.
You take 11 points of damage in total, 5 and 6. How you doing? Still alive? Dead?
I hate animals! And then I pass out.
The badger destroys Mortrick in the process. Rik-Jaxx, you're also in a bit of trouble.
It looks that way. Now, gosh, I hate being first level.
Oh man, well look, the second badger not
Look,
doing so well.
I'm badger food.
The first badger that attacks you is gonna fuck your shit up. That's an 18 and a natural 20.
Ouch.
And that natural 20 is on the one that has more dice. 4d4 plus 1. You take 6 and then 13 damage.
Shit.
So I'm dead.
I mean, you're down.
Yeah, well, I'm 0, right? You
Yes.
don't go to negative, so you're down.
Yep. Yeah, so these badgers pop out and begin fairly attacking you. Your arms, your legs, every exposed part of your body. Your clothes are getting shredded. It's like being attacked by mini Wolverines. Kazador. For a brief moment, your party looked like they were holding it together, and then these fucking badgers attacked. Everybody's dying. The hirelings are all running away now. Like, all the guys who are giving you a pep talk are all like, "Ah! The rugs! The rugs!" You don't know what they're you don't know why they're shouting about rugs. As they leave, the torches are going with them. Next round, the entire room will be cast back into darkness.
All right. Well, Kaz and Runa can see.
I can't see.
Runa cannot see.
Oh, as an orc? Oh, okay.
I'm not an orc. I'm a Ganassi.
Can badgers see in the dark?
Okay.
Yes.
They can? Oh, okay.
They're badgers.
They spend all their time underground burrowing.
Runa, close the door. I guess it's not her. It's not.
Hey, Kaz, it's not my turn.
It's not your turn. I'm just saying, like that's what Kaz is like shouting out during his turn. Okay, so I mean, I'm gonna, I gotta attack this badger, right? Gotta save my friends.
All right.
So yeah, attack.
Nice.
All right. Let's take a look at that. 17 will hit. 10 points of damage. Look. Have you ever played any Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
You know how they've got that thing where when you pick up the hammer, you're like, da, 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 da. You just run forward. You're like, Runa, shut the door. Boop. And this badger, you just crush its spine.
Yeah.
Flatten that shit like a pancake. Like it's a giant badger, but no badger is large enough to take a solid, unrestricted hit from a warhammer.
It's good to be back, Runa.
Rik-Jaxx, I'm gonna need you to make a dying check. D20.
All right. Memento.
So if you're having trouble with the rolling thing, by the way, on the left-hand side, on the toolbar, there should be a thing that looks like a die. And if you open it, it'll give you little dice menus where you can select how many dice you want to roll and what size dice.
Oh, nice.
That's sweet.
Yep.
D20?
Yep, D20.
Here it comes.
Right, you are 1/3 of the way towards death.
Okay.
That was a 4.
Yeah, that was a 4.
Dun, 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 dun.
So if I get a 20, do I kind of stabilize on my own?
As a 20, you'll actually come back up with 1 hit point.
Okay.
Yep.
Anything else, it's above a 10 is a success, below a 10's a fail.
And if
Gotcha.
you get a 1 next time, you'll just be dead. Because it counts as 2 failures.
I just started liking my character. Come on.
I know, you just got done with the new drawing too.
Yeah.
It's rough. Runa.
Should
It'll
have.
make a pretty tombstone.
I'm going to drag Mortrick into the room.
Yep.
And if I see the mole guys coming at us, I'm going to close the door.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going to come towards you.
Okay. Then I'm
You
gonna
realize
go
if you close that door, you are dooming Rik-Jaxx.
Can I move after?
You see that? You drag Mortrick, and then you start closing the door, and you see Rik-Jaxx bleeding and dying.
Yeah, I close it.
All right, you slam
Runa,
the door shut.
Put me in front.
Put me in, coach. Put me in.
Like so you can
Nope.
swap. You can swap.
Nobody throws a dwarf.
No, those dwarf. I'm saying. You shift me into the spot.
You want to swap spaces now, Runa?
My drag was my attack action, I'm assuming. And I can switch
No,
space-
it'll take up 10 points of movement for how far you moved him.
Okay.
So
I
you still have
another
20 left. Yep.
Yeah, we've been doing drags all this whole time. It's just been movement.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I'll switch with them.
All right. You let Kazador in as you move away. Mortrick, gonna need you to do that. Okay.
Bam!
1/3 of the way back towards life.
Can I try to stabilize him? Or do I not
Yeah,
have
make a
enough?
medicine check. Go ahead.
Okay. My medicine is
Look, 40 episodes down the line, gonna be
3.
100% behind the Mortrick Runa ship. Once they've
Yeah.
had their redemption arcs. All right. Yeah, Mortrick, you're stabilized. Roll a d4 to see how many hours it'll take for you to come back up. 3 hours.
Yeah. While for the next 3 hours, I dream of dusky Genasi women.
Strange choice. Very on the point.
still hate you.
Kazador,
Yes.
you hear that burrowing noise again.
They didn't just stay where they were. They're now going back underground.
You have no idea because the door doesn't have a hole to see through.
Oh, okay. Oh, he closed the door? Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to open the door.
Well. Yes,
Yeah.
it actually is your turn. You're going to open the door now? When you open the door, Rik-Jaxx is still bleeding and dying. There's no sign of the badgers. You hear something approaching you from underground.
Okay.
Shit, they're gonna come into this room.
All right. Then in that case.
Oh, that reminds me. By the way, Runa, it's now complete darkness in here. The
Cool.
hirelings have run too far away.
I'm gonna. Do I have
torches?
enough actions to take the little leaf thing out of his pocket?
Nope, it's Kazador's turn.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, and I got 5 movement, and that's 4. It's 4 just to get there, and it would take 2 just to move in 2 spots. So
Yes.
there's a little point in me moving in to try and.
And they're not attacking him, so.
But they're not attacking. Yeah, he's not in imminent danger. Other than I could stabilize him.
Other than him rolling, yeah.
You could run forward and stabilize him. Yes.
The only danger is to ourselves.
I think that's the only thing. I mean, otherwise we're just waiting for these badgers. I have nothing else to do other than. Wait, did you stabilize?
You can
Mortrick?
hold your action.
Mortrick is stabilized.
I could hold my action, right?
What would you do? What is the trigger and what are you doing?
What would your character do?
What do you want on your taco? What are you going to have?
Well, if I was going to stabilize Mortrick, I will. I've got.
Mortrick is already stabilized.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. Then you're asking me what I'm doing. What will I do for my like waiting action? Is that what you're saying? Sorry.
Well, I mean, you don't have to wait if you don't want to.
You don't want to.
My question is, then, what do you want to do?
Right. Okay.
Rik-Jaxx lying just out of reach, bleeding and dying. In need of immediate aid.
Again, he's not telling you what to do. He's just giving you your options.
Strange burrowing noises beneath the ground. Runa looking around, completely unable to see in the darkness.
I like this drawing you got going, Mick. Yeah, I'm gonna wait around. I'm gonna wait. I think.
Are you holding an action like attack if something pops up near me?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my deal.
Right. Rik-Jaxx.
Oh, is it that time already?
Yep. Don't roll 1.
All right. I'm glad you told me about this dice.
Anytime you
Here it comes. Oh,
That is your second of 3 fails. Rik-Jaxx. It's tough for a deep gnome. And in your death, you're replaying, well, in your dying moments, you're replaying times where you've been ostracized on the surface, or even in underholdings like dwarven areas, just for your race. Is there any one particular incident that stands out in your mind where someone treated you poorly simply because of how you were born?
every drow I've ever met has looked down on me with disdain.
That's rough.
And literally look down on you.
They literally do.
Way to just stick the dagger in a little further. You were the jerkiest
Kaz is so
racist
accidentally
wolf
racist.
Well, Kaz now has actual, like, you know, godlike feelings towards, you know,
Hashtag racist grandpa.
protecting the race. So, yeah, he doesn't like other races now. That's for sure.
Runa, it's dark.
Wow.
You get the sense that
with a racist dwarf.
you get the sense that Kazador isn't moving. You hear no movement coming from him. He
So I
seems...
know where he is because I kind of saw him before the lights went out.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to pick Mortrick's pockets to try to find that leaf.
All right. You're gonna make a perception check at disadvantage
Okay.
because you're blind.
Okay.
If you fail, you will find leaf, but it won't be the leaf you're looking for.
Boom.
A 9 plus 5, you definitely find the orb. You hold it in your hands carefully.
I'm gonna throw it against the other wall.
All right, yeah, you throw it. You will briefly illuminate the room. It kind of looks like fireworks. When it explodes out in the air, there's like a shower of almost rose petals made of flame that slowly sink to the ground. That's going to give you 1 round of vision.
Cool. I
Mortrick,
can work with that.
You're alive.
But I'm dreaming beautiful dreams.
Kazador.
Not anymore. I slap him awake.
It's not going to happen. Kazador, you hear...
Go back under. I need to make another death save.
You hear rumbling coming towards you. Rik-Jaxx is looking bad, man. Like, he's got a stomach wound. There's way too much blood. Like, you've seen people lose that much blood, but they're about twice his weight and twice his size.
Right. Okay.
He's gonna exsanguinate in front of you while you watch.
Yeah.
But then there's those weird noises under your feet. They're getting closer.
And Runa is blind.
Yeah. Oh, well, not anymore. For the
1 round, but
for the next round, she can see.
yeah. But that's only one. I mean, there's 2 badgers, so.
All you know is there's a rumbling, I'm on the ground with Mortrick, and you're standing there.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll go. I'm gonna run down and grab Rik-Jaxx.
You Baywatch run down.
Dun, 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 dun.
No.
You slide on your knees with your arms open. Rik-Jaxx. You reach into your belt pouch and pull out your bandages and your poultices. Make your roll, sir.
You'll get a 1.
That would be
Don't
bad.
jinx him like that. How you gonna put that negative energy out there?
Don't even put that hex on me, Ricky Bobby. You got an 11, which is enough to stabilize Rik-Jaxx.
Yes.
The good news, Rik-Jaxx, is that you're no longer dying. The bad news is that
You're still kind of dying.
your nose is filled with the cement of a filthy dwarf. And all of the times that dwarves are giving you a big hassle just for being a deep gnome. You know, you'd go through a portal way to entrance to a dwarven hold. The merchant in front of you would only pay 2 gold pieces, and they'd charge you 2 gold and a silver. Tell you that's the standard fee. That kind of shit. Runa, you can see. What do you want to do? You've got 1 round of illumination here before it disappears.
I don't see any of the badgers around me.
All right. Your passive perception is good enough. So there's a badger hole right here, and you can see a badger coming. They are located here.
Okay.
They're coming through the same hole. It's about to crawl out of it. You can kind of reach down there and kick it in the face, you know.
Going through Mortrick's stuff, did I see any weapons, like simple weapon, or does all he has is like a rapier?
What do you got, Mortrick? What you got?
Rapier, and a dagger, and then like some pen and paper, bottle of ink.
They do
Dagger's
say
1d4?
that the quill is mightier than the sword.
Dagger's 1d4?
Yes.
Yep.
And forget about it. I'll just set up for when the badger is going to come out.
All right. You get in your One Punch Man stance. I want to point out that when it comes out, you won't be able to see anymore.
That's fine.
All right.
My passive perception should help me, but...
Oh, actually, he's at 0 spot, so yeah.
Oh, I've got a lamp.
You actually will be able to get him as he pops out, comes out doing that barrel roll. Test your might.
Plus...
Fight.
4.
We're a little late on that lamp comment.
Oh.
I got a lamp.
Does a 9 hit?
It does not. Does a 16 hit?
It does.
The badger bites you on your leg.
Ouch.
4 damage, and it holds on there, so for the rest of the round, you're like waving your leg around, trying to get it off. You're like slamming the badger onto the ground. It should be noted, these badgers are like large child, you know, like a 10-year-old size. They're big. Kazador, the other badger pops up behind you and then leaps at you.
All right.
Let's talk about your AC. It's actually a little bit better.
Especially with that roll.
Better than the 13, yes, probably.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely better than a 5.
I think it's a... Let me just get it for you.
The badger tries to bite you on the butt, but your butt is sufficiently protected by some chainmail or something like that. And then it's like
Got a shield back there.
it's using its hind legs to like scratch at the back of your calves, but it just tickles your armor. You're up, Kazador. You're bitten badger butted.
All right. I whip around and smash it in the face.
All right, as you whip around, it's still on your butt, so it's still behind you. You take your hammer and you smash your own butt with it. This is the high level of comedy in D&D right here, guys. Butt
Definitely
badgers.
never had to smash my own butt before.
You finally hit that badger and you smash it real good. 4 points of damage. The badger looks slightly dazed and lets go.
All right. I smack it off my butt, and I guess now I'm facing it one way or another, wherever he ended up.
You are blind. Attacks against you have advantage, and your attacks have disadvantage. You can't even hear the hirelings running away anymore. They've Monty Pythoned the F out of here. What do you want to do? Runa?
Oh, me? Is
Yep.
it my turn?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Just to reiterate, you have disadvantage on attacks, advantage on attacks against you, and you're blind.
Even with it grappling me right now?
It's not technically grappling you.
Oh, it just bit me and then walked.
Yep.
Okay.
Got the Avengers line up there.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Like how that turns out. Why is he picking his nose, though?
Because he's Mortrick.
It's in there. He's got to get it out. You don't want to leave those in there. What if it gets infected?
What I have.
What if your booger gets infected? I think he'll be fine. It's
Hey,
not
listen,
part of your body.
all right.
I
He's
have
in
a.
college. He knows
I have a torch in my kit. Can I light it?
Yep.
I do that.
It's going to take your action.
That's fine.
You light the torch. You see the badger right in front of you. It kind of shies away. Its beady little eyes.
I poke it. Ugh.
All right. It's Badger's turn. Badgers are going to counterattack. First against Runa.
No. Oh.
Oh,
It's just the bite. It's not that bad. I mean, obviously, it's going to be some damage. Okay, it's a lot of damage. It's 5 points.
I'm down.
You poke the badger with the torch. It knocks the torch out of your hand and then bites your hand. It's deep and the fleshy, it's right in the webbing, and you're like, oh god, the pain is incredibly intense. Kazador, things are going wrong in every direction.
Why I wanted you to stay over here.
You hear the last words of Runa as she falls unconscious, babbling.
How could you leave me?
you should have thought of that torch earlier.
Yeah, I just want to say, remember who was running back into the construct room last time over and over again? Just saying.
Kazador, you're playing in hardcore mode now.
Yeah.
You got to solo the rest of the campaign.
Okay, doesn't the badger roll again, or is that?
Oh, my apologies. Actually, the badger attacking you does need to attack. My
Yeah, I was
bad.
waiting
I
for
would
that.
hate to not kill you. Fucking shit.
What?
What's your AC again? Probably
19.
less than
Thanks for letting them know.
19?
Yeah, it's 19.
Really? Wow. Okay,
That's
the
what-
bite
that's
does
what it
not hit.
Do you want to check it or something? 'Cause-
No.
Nope.
7 points of damage.
Ooh, what?
How you doing?
I'm alive, but you know.
All right. Well, all you need to do is kill this thing and the other one.
TPK. TPK.
Okay.
Fuck the badger.
All right.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you fucking exactly kill it.
All right.
All right. Well,
Where to go?
Runa, just need your...
Yep.
And then I need to make a morale check for the badger.
Well, it's not a 1.
It's not. You have 1 failure. Kazador, the badger disappears back under the ground. You have no idea where it's at.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Well, I couldn't see him anywhere. I guess I could around that corner there.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, you definitely, when you turned, you definitely saw it gnawing on Runa.
Yeah, so I'm going to run forward, and I'm going to try and stabilize Runa.
Good luck.
All right.
We need to buy more badges. Or, badges. We need to buy more bandages.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking stabilize the shit out of Runa.
Yeah! With a natural 20, do I get up or no?
I don't think so. Let me
Okay.
look at medicine
That's
checks.
only if I roll.
Yeah.
You're probably just like, maybe your coming back time is very small or something.
Maybe.
Adventuring.
Stop trying to make up your own rules to this game.
Well, when it comes to critical rolls like that, you kind of make your own rules up anyway, right?
If
no.
healing is unavailable, a creature can be stabilized so that they aren't killed. DC 10 wisdom medicine check, stable. No, nothing extra happens if you roll 20.
Okay.
you know what would be handy right now?
Not dying.
Staff of
A
healing.
staff.
I knew that shit was going to come up. I knew it.
If I had 5,000 extra experience points, that would be handy too.
As would a 4th level paladin that follows you around and does whatever you want. Yeah, Kazador.
Or 3 wishes.
I mean, look, 3 wishes would be campaign breaking. The genie's like, you can't wish for more wishes, and you're like, I wish for more genies, bitch. Outplayed.
But then it's Will Smith and the campaign goes south.
Welcome to Agrabah, y'all.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess I'm gonna start stacking our bodies.
What?
Well, I'm gonna start like moving you guys so that I mean, I'm assuming that the badgers are gone for now, and so I'm gonna busy myself, getting you all collecting your bodies.
All right,
So
like
I'm gonna
Pokemon, you begin putting your friends in an order.
Well, I'm gonna definitely grab Rik-Jaxx, and if you want to start doing something to me on my way back with Rik-Jaxx, you let me know.
No, you're
I'm
good.
not up.
Drag Rik-Jaxx back.
Okay.
Do I have to roll to see how many hours I get?
Yes, 1d4.
Okay.
Everyone has to do that right now, right? Because everyone's still
I think everybody but Runa has done it so far.
I have not done it.
Ooh.
So I'm 4 hours.
What's the plan here, Kazador? Your hirelings have all fled. Your friends will be hours before they wake up, stunned and dazed.
Yeah. Okay.
Who knows when that last badger might return?
Right. Well, I'm gonna rest for an hour. Right.
All right, short rest.
Short rest.
Yep.
I roll on my healing dice, right?
If you want to expend some of your dice, you can do that. Yes. You only have one, so you get your what is it, D12?
I think it's a D10.
Yeah, D10, I think.
Fighter. Oh yeah, fighter, not barbarian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
barbarian.
roll a D10. See how many hit points you get back. Okay, 9 hit points back. That's not bad.
Wow, that's most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. I'm back at full health.
Yeah, after a quick rest, about halfway through, you see torches approaching from the north, and you hear someone calling out like, "Hello, Mr. Mortrick."
Yes.
Hello. You're not
Hey, guys.
Mortrick.
I'm not, but you guys smashed a hammer into my chest.
Oh, the dwarf.
Yes.
Hey,
That was me,
buddy.
Hey guys, is all
right,
right
so-
in here?
They all begin approaching you like one by one. They look really sheepish, like they're embarrassed to come back.
They should be.
All right,
So
guys.
they use some really nicely seasoned logs to set up a small fire in the room, and then like one guy is taking a fan and blowing the smoke out towards the cave entrance, and they start cooking some food and getting like wet towels on everybody's faces and like cleaning up all of their wounds. People are like sewing Mortrick's clothing back together using spare needle thread, and they're like cutting apart his bag.
Could he bring his bag?
Yeah, they're cutting apart Mortrick's bag in order to patch his clothing because he got attacked by a badger.
All right. just let it fly. I'm too like.
I mean, it's not like they brought spare cloth into here, right? Like,
well, surely there's like rags or something lying around.
all right, when you tell them to go look for stuff, they go and find the blood-stained cloak of the potato sack druid.
No, but they could go back. They could go back into the. Okay, I'm gonna tell them go back into the room with the rugs. Look around for some cloth in there.
There's only rugs in there, sir.
Only rugs?
We
Really?
could
inside the dwarf's desk. He had a desk where he had probably.
Okay. All right.
He still had his body there. His body is still there.
No, the body was gone.
Oh, okay.
There definitely were no creepy. There was a set of armor. If you'd like us to get that.
No, don't touch.
Right.
Don't even go in the room. All right, guys, just act like that. The room doesn't exist. Just trust me. All right. If you guys thought the badgers were scary, you don't even want to go near that room. Okay. All right. Well, what are they cooking? I'm hungry. I haven't eaten in a millennia. What feels like
Meat
It's
and
8 hours.
roasted potatoes.
He keeps trying to talk it up like, no, Kaz.
I am 70,000 years old.
I have gained the ancient wisdom of my people.
Yeah, but for him, it feels like it was forever. Again, like time is gone.
Kazador thinks he's Gandalf the White.
Don't even pretend.
He comes back and he has new magical powers and a new clothing.
It's all white.
I definitely have
I couldn't be accidentally racist for 8 hours, guys. It was forever.
All right. Well, I'm enjoying my fish while you guys are cracking up over there. Dreamland.
We all have like a hive mind dream scenario.
After I just saved everyone from a party wipe.
So they pass you some hard cider.
All
You
right,
know,
this is
it's
a good
pretty
stuff.
it's pretty weak in dwarven comparison, but it's very sweet.
Goes
Much
down easy.
much sweeter than, you know, normal human ale. Got a nice bubble to it as well, kind of like a local fizz.
So
Make
has it been an hour in this all this time?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So you guys are up.
Nope.
No, it's going
I
to
have
take
one
them
more
4
hour.
hours.
3 more to go.
Yep.
I have one more.
You can enter a
see.
long rest if you want to barricade yourselves in here, and
Well, I took a 1 hour rest, and
Right.
then if it was another hour, then Runa should be up, right?
yes.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the deal, Runa. When you get up, Kazador and the hirelings are like having a party. Your passive perception, you hear something go from the south.
Kaz, is that door locked?
The door is open.
Okay. No. Something is coming.
Kazador, as you move towards there, you hear
Put
a
it out, you fools.
shuffle step. There is a human approaching. His skin color is not good. It's like purple and black and bloated. His hair is falling out, and he's got weird green pustules covered in like purple spidery veins. And it sees you with its one remaining milky eye, and then takes a deep sniff. And then it begins accelerating towards you, slow at first, but faster as it begins moving down the hallway towards you.
Oh, not those running zombies. Those are the worst.
What do you guys want to do?
Zombies.
Passed out in 2 hours.
I mean, it's just one, right?
That you know of.
That we see right now.
That you see right now, you only see one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've got this door, and so,
Those have never
like,
stopped zombies before.
Well, yeah, I guess. But if they start breaking through the door, like,
Lock the door, yeah.
What's the plan? Immediate call.
Immediate barricade of the door.
yeah, okay. I'll
Closing
follow
and
Runa.
locking the door?
Yeah.
All right. After about 10 seconds, you hear one thump. Then you hear 2 and then 3 thumps. And then there's a lot of voices going, and there's like a continuous banging. All of the hirelings are like packing their shit up. One guy is just straight up running out.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what are they up to. Okay.
One person is dutifully fire bucketing the fire. But in the process, right before they do, they take one of the roasted potatoes and toss it to Runa. Then they water bucket the rest of them.
So I've got, and the Runa's got like 1 HP right now, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. I've got masonry skill, I think. Right?
You do. And you even have artisanal tools to work with it.
Right. So
wanna...
at the very least, like, I'd like to know. And especially because I used to work in security for
you could make a paste to like slather into the cracks of the door and then like cement it.
Well, mainly what I want to know right now is, like, I want to try and estimate how long this door will hold, because this is a dwarven door.
It is a dwarven warhold door.
Yeah, so it's a
These guys
door.
don't have weapons. They don't have a battering ram. As far as you know, this thing should hold forever. They may never break through it.
Okay. So I'm I'm confident with where we're at right now. We got a fire going, Runa. Let's just make sure Mortrick and Rik-Jaxx are okay. I'm gonna stay here.
When you say I'm feeling confident about that, that's when you hear like "Rrr, rrr,
the bear
rrr," coming from north of you, echoing down the hallways, and you hear like these enormous scraping noises. And your dwarven senses realize, yeah, the hallways are really small, and the bear's gonna have a tough time. It looked like it was dying. But bears have banana-sized claws that are as sharp as razors. At some point, the door holding it is going to fail.
Yeah,
it's just going to split.
Door, right?
So last time you heard the bear was over here, and you're hearing it come from this direction. So you're like, I'm confident we're fine, and that's when the horror begins. Stars.
I didn't see the indicator where it's coming from.
You hear the noise coming from the north.
North, okay,
right.
North door, and that door isn't barred right now either.
That door isn't barred. It's actually open because the hirelings are fleeing out of it.
Right.
The fleeing hirelings are like looking left down this particular corridor, the one where you fought the weird cultists.
Yeah. All right,
Runa, Kazador, what's your plan now?
All right, Runa, let's close that north door. Like, you're closer, so you close it, I guess.
Close it.
And then what we're going to do is we can formulate it. We've got some time. These are good solid doors. We can either try and stay where we are for another 2 hours, or we can try and find a second egress.
Fuck that. Is this door also one of those Warforged doors?
Yes, all of the doors in here are. So it's now completely pitch black, which is a problem for you, Runa. But Fire Bucket Guy lights a torch and realizes he's the only hireling that didn't make it out. And you could see the hope fading from his eyes.
It's all right, friend. What's your name?
Hal.
Hal? All right. We're going to get through this, Hal.
All right.
Do I hear anything coming from this door?
The eastern door. You do not.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to open up that one and kind of check this hallway real quick.
Okay. It is unchanged from the last time you were here.
That was the traps. That was the trapped hallway beyond that. Right?
That is correct.
If we could funnel them into there, it could do the job for us.
So last time you checked, you'd set off some of, but maybe not all. No one stopped to check and see if it was still working or not.
Right. Runa, are you adept at detecting traps of that nature, or no?
No.
All right. I have passive perception, and I can investigate in there. The first trap certainly has been set off.
It would be investigation to look for traps.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Make your investigation check.
I'm going to check from here.
Yep.
Okay. And the first one's been set off, right? Like previously anyway. It might be rearmed, but...
The power of your dice will... Okay, you get a natural 20. Okay.
Wow.
The trap is disarmed because it has no ammunition left.
Okay.
Someone has gone in and removed the ammunition from the trap.
Okay. And there's only... And where is the trap located?
So the trap is
triangle.
certain... Oh, yeah. So that green triangle, certain floor stones, when you step on them, will set off a pressure plate, and then darts will fire from the walls.
Okay, so it's missing darts.
Yes, you're looking. Last time you were in here, you're pretty sure there were some darts in here. When you pulled Runa out, there are no darts now.
Yeah. And when I did that investigation, it was the whole room or just the first
That's
trap?
the whole room. Yeah, you don't see any other traps.
All right, I'm gonna... Runa, how about you grab Rik-Jaxx and Mortrick?
Are you drawing the hireling with this one torch? Does he have a urine stain on the front of his pants?
I also liked all the drawing with the zombies too, man. That was great.
How much weight can I carry?
It's dependent on your strength score, I believe.
14.
It's probably a considerable amount.
Do you think I could get Mortrick and Rik-Jaxx?
Probably not. That's a lot of weight. Using ability score.
I could fireman carry Mortrick and then carry, like, in my arms, Rik-Jaxx.
So without you, movement. I don't know what carrying capacity is. Carry. Armor class. Why is the word carry under improved divine smite? It's true you aren't dead yet, surprisingly. Lifting and carrying. Your carrying capacity is 15 times your strength score. So if you have a 14, it's going to end up being 120. That's
so
not gonna...
I could probably just get Rik-Jaxx. So I'll grab Rik-Jaxx real quick and then put them in this room.
No, it's 210. You can definitely lift both of them.
Okay, cool. I'll grab both of them then and put them over here.
Yeah, I did 10 times 10 and plus 5 times 4, which is not correct.
I'm going to lock this door. Oh wait, it locks from the inside, right?
It does lock from the inside.
Which way does it swing?
If you recall, this door is you push on it and it...
Oh, shit. Cool.
All right.
So we need to keep moving. Is what we need.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna open this door, or like, yeah, creak it open. Try and like see what's going on.
All right, you flip it to the other side. It's one of those revolving doors. As soon as you do, there's another door on the other side. Seems kind of weird that there's so many. Like it's like an airlock almost.
Works for me. How sturdy are those doors?
I mean, these are just average wooden doors. They're definitely way less sturdy than the war doors you left behind in the warrior hall.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna open up this door.
All right.
And in the same manner.
This is a latrine.
All right.
There are holes in the ground and places to sit. And like not like faucets as we would think of it, but like running water currents. Like water is constantly coming out of it.
Okay.
It smells horrible in here.
Are these are dwarven latrines or are these goblin latrines?
These, I mean, they were dwarven latrines before they became latrines for anyone that lives here.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
All of this used to be dwarven. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. That's why I make sure, like, because this could be an addition to the fortress. That's why I'm asking.
No, this is original.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna open up this door.
Okay. Yeah, you recognize the weird area. That dude is still strapped to the table. He's definitely dead.
All right. So, looking around this room, we've got those glass jars, right? Are they still?
Yeah, there's dead bodies everywhere, body parts.
Yeah. All right.
Mountain is a nightmare.
Man, I was trying to go for horror, but I once again I feel like we managed to nail comedy pretty well.
Isn't horror just comedy wrapped up?
I think yeah, exactly. That's kind of like our
How you think about it, right?
I mean, there is some comedy in those Final Destination movies, but only because of the ending.
We're closer to Dale and Tucker, whatever is what is
it? Oh my god.
Zombies.
Evil.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What is the plan here? You kind of know the rest of the place's layout. At some point, you're just going to run into the back of the zombie group.
Right. But we're trying to find the escape. We're trying to, like, see if there's a second
exit. As far
as
you know, there is only one entrance, but you could go deeper into the mountain. However, I feel like that part should wait until we come back from the break.
Brett?
Yes.
All right, so look, Mccomicker has been high speed drawing comedy and horrifying shit for us. Are you really gonna draw the old suited top hat dude that you guys butlered down onto? Wow. All right. Well, he's definitely dead. We'll be back in about 8 minutes for the second half, where we attempt to escape from this place and perhaps attempt to escape from Apple Valley and the shadow that lays over it. Stick around and enjoy the break music. Unless you're on YouTube, in which case just wait like 30 seconds for the ad. You know,